Hey, this is Tonga coming back on. Today is April the 5th, 2012. And I just want to do a video response to Kim. Her username is New Me For Ya. That's Nume, the number 4 and YA. I just want to kind of, like, your video just really touched me. I was greatly moved by it because a lot of the stuff you were talking about, I'm like, I've experienced that, or I know how that feels, and I just think that it's awesome that you have dusted yourself off after, having something to eat. I think it's been like a couple of times in your fast where you just talked about really binge eating. That must have been like on Monday evening. And so I just want to commend you for moving forward, for having this, idea of this concept, like, okay, like, yeah, I made some bad decisions, or I had made a few bad decisions, yesterday, and today's a new day, and I'm gonna continue on with my journey. I think that is just really, really awesome. And when you said the word binge eating, that you said that you're a food addict. You talked about food addictions, and I never like I guess I never like thought of it like that before. I was just like, oh, like I'm a stress eater, but I mean it really did go deeper because I started thinking like back to my like childhood or whatever, and I can totally relate to like the stuff that you went through, like with the molestation and stuff. It wasn't my grandfather, but just I had family members that were just like, I don't know, I guess bad kids or whatever. But I I can, like, I'm looking back and I'm like, wow, like around that time, like I can kind of almost pinpoint. It was shortly after. I don't remember using like food before like the abuse started, or even like during the time. But I think after I got old enough, and it's like, okay, well, I know that this is wrong, and I moved away uh from my family, like from, well, almost like, yeah, from most of the family, like from that side of the family on my mom's side. Um, but I remember, like, having, I don't know, like going to the grocery store and getting quite a few, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 Snicker bars at a time, and maybe trying to hide them and eating them. I'm like, well, this, this is like that was binging. So I can relate to being there. And when I got older, I just kind of looked at it like, oh, okay, well, I'm eating because I'm stressed. Like if I get anxious over something, then the first thing that normally comes to my mind is like, I should eat something. Like I have a big project coming up, like at school or whatever. I should eat so I'll be calm, and then I'll be able to get everything accomplished that I need to get done. But wow, like to just hear binge and like hear what it is, it's like it totally helps to open my eyes to like, okay, well, it wasn't just stressful eating, because like even in calm times, it's like kind of eating like for any mood, almost like eating because I'm happy, eating because I'm sad, eating because I'm stressed, eating because I'm mad, just like whatever the emotion is, in like food kind of has gone along with it. And I need that to end in my life as well, so I can really relate to your videos so well. Um, and I don't know, I was wondering if you've ever thought about this one, and this is something that I've spent some time thinking about. Well, I know that you're married, and that's a positive thing, but did you have any times like in your life where you weren't, or you had the weight on, and like it could be used as a defense mechanism? And that's kind of how, not actively thinking about it as a defense mechanism, not putting thought into like, okay, well, I'm going to eat, and when I eat, I'm going to gain weight, and when I gain weight, it's going to keep me like protected from being hurt by people, or from being having to open myself up to relationships or people of the opposite sex or whatever. Because I mean, yeah, I've noticed that, and I don't know, and I don't know where it started. Um, I don't know. So just let me know on that one. Like, yeah, I just wanted to share that, and I want to say that I'm very proud of you. Like, I'm so happy that you're such a strong woman for just like, okay, like, yeah, messed up or whatever, made a bad choice. And those things happen. Like, I wish that in my previous fast, like, I had the strength to get back up and get back out there and just keep going. And it's like, it's so simple. It really is. It's just making a decision. It's like, I will do it or I won't. It's basically that simple. But in my previous fast, I've just felt so like defeated almost, like I didn't do what I set forth, like what I intended to do, and it's like a all or nothing type deal. It's just like either you're gonna fast all the way, like you said you were gonna fast for 60 days, or you're gonna do 60 days. So it's like, do or bust. So I think that is awesome though, because it's like that's what I made a video talking about. Yeah, like I wanna be able to, you know, like just whatever point I stop at, if I don't make it to day 60, that I just want to make sure that day 60, day 50, day 40, wherever I get to, that I go straight into my other plan. And I think that is awesome. So just keep doing what you're doing. I think that you're doing an awesome job, because it's like you have a lot of self insight, and I think that's great. Like, to be able to look at yourself and use introspection in order to get you to the next step that you need to go to, get you to your next destination. So, one other thing I want to say is, like, there are gonna, of course, there are gonna be people that have something to say negative, because no one, like, my support honestly comes from my daughter. I'll say, yeah, from my daughter. I have a 13-year-old daughter, and she's supportive. But I don't get support like coworkers that know I'm doing it. Like, some coworkers even think like, oh my gosh, like, you're just fasting and you're not getting enough nutrients, and I got some protein powder, put that in your juice and that's gonna help you. And like my mom, she's like, I think you're taking it too far. Like, how far are you fasting? And you're not gonna have enough. And I mean, like the other night, I actually had to break down to my mom, like, I appreciate the advice that you're trying to give, and I know that you care about me, but at the same time, you don't know a lot about juicing. Um, and so, like, it's like I can't accept your advice because you don't have like a lot of a background or experience in this area. And she took it pretty well. So just the same thing, I think that we have to like tell people, and like, people are gonna have their opinions, and like you said, they don't have to share them with you. And I agree. And I just want to encourage you, like, no matter what, because I kind of heard you mention that your husband, um, like, he kind of wanted to go off to the other side and like have some, I think it was pizza or something to celebrate one day, and then have some food because of the stressful moment or whatever. And just maybe understanding that everybody may not be at the same point at the same time, but still, like, I think that you're at that point where you just like, I'm ready, like, I'm gonna do this no matter what. And so I'm just praying that, like, for your strength, and I'll also be praying for your husband's strength through this. But ultimately, like, this is your journey. It's kind of a, even though you guys may start off together, just like, I don't know if he's completely ready or not, but just making sure that, once your mind is made up, that you keep going, like, regardless of what other people are doing. Because it's not, honestly, it's not many people. Like, when I fast, I fast alone. So hopefully he will be able to, stick with you, and you guys can be like a support to each other. But yeah, my girlfriends look at me and they're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna be praying with you while you're fasting. So you go ahead and you do your thing. We're gonna pray for you, and or I might fast, but I'm gonna, like, I'm not gonna full fast. Like, fasting for them may be like giving up like beef or something. So it's different. It's a different experience, and I'll definitely keep you in my prayers. I don't want to make this video too long because I get so wordy. So God bless you, and I just wanted to share. You're doing an awesome job, and I will continue to follow you on this journey. God bless. Bye bye.